Well, welcome to the BNI Effect, the home of amazing conversations with Brisbane BNI members, sharing tips on how you can get the most out of your BNI membership. I'm Tony Meredith, and ordinarily I'm a business coach, but today I'm your host and fellow BNI member, bringing you yet another amazing conversation with a Brisbane BNI member. This episode is episode number 74, and today's guest is Duet Vandeness. Duet, how are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself, Tony?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. Well, look, why don't we kick it off by you giving us a brief overview of you, your business, and the products or services you provide?
Well, my around myself, I'm been married for 35 years to my wife, Janine. We have two boys and we have three grandkids, with the third one arrived a week ago.
Congratulations.
Um, I've uh, I've been in business since 2007, pretty much a sole trader all the time. And but before that, I was in the aviation industry for 20 years as an aircraft maintenance engineer. So my background in that got me to start Northside Spa Repairs, and I've been repairing spas here on the north side of Brisbane for since 2007. I'm mainly concentrating on repairs. I am not a cleaning service because I consider myself a tradesman. Replacing spa electronics, pumps, heat pumps, uh, air blowers, and then the plumbing repairs that goes hand in hand with all that. So the jets and all the adjustable parts on the spa, and yeah, been quite busy with this. Winter is normally my quiet time, but September it normally kicks up for summer.
Right, so you said you've been a bit busy. Is there a particular reason why you're busy this winter versus others?
I uh, it's been gradually increasing since I've joined BNI because I got the right structures in place for through BNI members to have my business the peaks and troughs out of my or the troughs out of winter, so that I have a more gradual process through the year rather than being flat out in summer and quiet in December. I mean in winter.
In winter. And
Yeah.
so you're a spa repair business. Do you do anything in the pool space or only in the spas?
Mainly in the spas, 99% in the spas. I refer to, because I quite a niche business, I get pool shops that refer a lot of work to me. So I don't particularly want to take work away from them. So I reciprocate with customers that ask me about pools, and I refer it to a local pool shop that refers to me.
And what's the biggest spa that you've had to repair? Duet?
Swim spas nowadays come up 6 meters long, about 2.5 meters wide, and about 1,500 deep. Uh, 7 to 10,000 liters spas, and yeah, they've evolved quite substantially in the last 15 years.
So you've been in business since 2007, you were saying.
Yeah.
When were you introduced to BNI?
And I was introduced by Chris Pilot. We both know, very knowledgeable person, and that was in 2019. Chris invited me a couple of times before, and I was part of a different business group, smaller group, and around 2018, 2019, I was going through quite a difficult situation, business wise and personally. And uh, Chris invited me to PNI Aurora, and yeah, I understood networking, uh, BNI or Aurora at that time at 55 members, so you can see the potential. And yeah, that's how I decided. I walked out and signed up straight away.
So, what was it about that first meeting that encouraged you to sign up immediately?
Oh, it was just alive. The energy, going through a difficult situation personally and business wise at the time. My business was struggling so much that I was working part time and part time on my business, and I could just see that there is so much potential to get back on track, and just the support, the friendliness, and then just the BNI Aurora is the energy in our room is still today is phenomenal, and it's contagious, and it makes it attractive.
So, how has being part of a BNI chapter influenced your approach to networking, Duet?
Um, my approach to networking, Ivan Meisner said and explained it to me the best. I am a situational introvert. So if I walk into a room, I will just go stand on the side and observe what's going on, and learning to network was one of the main things I learned at in BNI, and that was one of the things that was lacking before, and that's why my business was not doing well up until I joined BNI. So I learned to network, I learned to engage with people, and um, like they say, the rest is history.
And so back then, what's one tip, for example, that you got out of learning to network that you could share with our viewers or listeners?
uh, with the biggest thing for me was the core values. Core values stand out uh, in BNI, and um, if you follow the core values, it gives you the structure, and follow the structure. You can't go wrong. And is just doing the basics that BNI require from you. If your chapter says one to one a week, one CEU a week, just do it. And for me, it took me 6 months before I got into the green the first time. But since I've been in the green, I haven't been out of it, because it took me a while to get my head around it. And once I made that little bit of time available to do the requirements, it snowballs.
So follow the system and trust
Yeah,
the process is what
yeah.
I'm getting out of that duet.
Well,
Now,
yeah.
now you mentioned Ivan Meisner, so there'll be a number of people who are listening or watching us and they won't know who that is, mate. So could you just share with our viewers or our listeners who Ivan Meisner is?
Ivan Meisner is calls himself the father of modern networking, and he definitely is. He's the founder of BNI, and I've personally listened to every one of his podcasts, and yeah, I'm out of that. It's not just learning about BNI, and it's just the wealth of knowledge that comes from Ivan, and his experience and his own process. You, how he got to where he was going, and because he was not a networker before, before he started.
How do you measure your success in BNI? Are there any specific metrics or stories that highlight your success, Duet?
In my case, my success is mainly using um, other BNI members, what they provide, web design, marketing, And that's where my business was lacking before I joined BNI. I don't, we all get the spam calls, phone calls. It says, oh, I can increase your clicks on your website by 1,000%, but there's no trust. You're handing over money to somebody that you don't know, you've never met them, you're supposed to trust them. Where you're walking into a room in BNI, and I know I can walk into any chapter and start doing business with any chapter member, and I know they will do the right thing because we are thinking along the same line, we're following the same philosophy to get ahead in our business.
How has your business evolved since joining BNI, and what role has networking played in that growth, Duet?
Yep. Before I joined BNI, I was doing other things besides spa repairs all around the pool industries, like, for instance, fencing. I did some specialized glass and aluminium fencing, plus the spa repairs. And due to health issues and getting older, as you can see, I'm getting along. I couldn't do that heavy work anymore, and joining BNI steered my business into just doing spa repairs, and it's still taxing work, but it's not that heavy physical work that I used to do.
What advice would you give to new BNI members to make the most out of their membership?
Well, the saying, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Now, just want to flip that a little bit, is if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, ask your fellow BNI members to help you find that light switch. Because following the process in BNI, that's where it's heading, is finding that light at the end of the tunnel so that you can get the business growth. And that's what it did for me.
And what's next for your business? Do you have any exciting projects or expansions on the horizon, Duet?
The spa industry is a fairly fickle industry in the sense that there's nowhere in Australia where you can go and say, I want to be a spa repairer. Where can I go and get training for this? There isn't. There's no apprenticeships. There's no course where you can sign up to. Everything is self-taught. And for me to expand is not really something that I want to expand from the point of view of employing somebody is not on the horizon. I am at this stage just at my stage in life. Will stay a sole trader until I retire, and I'll sell the business off. All I'm doing at this stage is just putting in as much as I can into my business, serve my customers so that to the best ability, and grow my super so I can retire properly.
Great plan. How do you see your relationship with BNI evolving as your business grows?
Well, I'm already in the point where I'm starting to give back to my chapter and to BNI, because if I keep, and we come back to the core values, if I keep giving, I keep on giving, I will receive, and that's it. If I just follow the process, it will. I'll keep growing from that point. From a business point of view, improving as a person in business is what will happen for me in the next few years.
And if you could share one piece of wisdom to our viewers or listeners, whether they're in BNI or not, what would that piece of wisdom be, Duet?
If there's a process in place and you follow the process, you can't go wrong. Doesn't matter in what industry it is. If you follow the process, learn from older people. Nowadays, we get a lot where people in their early 50s gets told that they are not useful anymore, especially in large organizations. And that's where we're losing experience and knowledge. Doesn't matter if you are a carpenter and you talk to an electrician. Um, you can learn life skills from somebody that are not in your own industry, or you can learn tidbits about business, although you're not in the same industry. And in my own case, I was in the aviation industry for 20 years and I went completely sideways. All those things that I learned in the aviation industry is applicable to what I do now. My skills with my hands, my ability to participate in small groups, and just being considerate with people around you, because that's what you learn when you're in a group of people, is consider everybody in the group. Don't discard anybody.
How can listeners learn more about your business or get in touch with you, Duet?
Northside Spa Repairs. If you Google Northside Spa Repairs in Brisbane, I am the top. My website's the top because like I said, I use the BNI guys to get there. And or you can call me on 0421 907 864. And even if you just want to have a chat, doesn't have to be about spas. If you listen to the podcast and you want to have a talk to me, please give me a call.
Amazing. Thank you, Duet. Really appreciate it. That wraps up another episode of the BNI Effect. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion, and I want to extend a massive thank you to our guest, Duet van der Nest, for sharing his insights with us. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the BNI Effect on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube, and please leave us a review. Until next time, give more, trust more, grow more.